What's up, guys? This is Jakob. I'm Content AI Manager and I'm helping small and medium enterprises with their content strategy. Welcome to the first live episode of Logictry Live TV. I'm very excited to do this together with the CEO of Logictry, Chris Fronda. Chris, welcome. I'm very excited to speak to you today with you about the World Logic Day and Logictry at all. And I'm happy to be with you on this channel. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So we are going to cover a lot of topics today. But before we dig deep into the topic of World Logic Day, can you introduce yourself and Logictry? So who are you and what is Logictry all about?
Yes, happy to. So a little about my background. My name is Chris Fronda. I'm the Chief Logic Officer at Logictry, and
Yes.
I've been creating our new title, and we
Awesome.
Yep, and I've been a 15-year software developer. I've built a lot of different types of software, being involved with blockchain, AI, mobile apps, and crypto. I've just had a lot in the technology space, and we created this company, Logictry, to really celebrate, what's happening in software and in logic, and we'll get into a little bit more specifics in the show.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. So tomorrow is World Logic Day. Can you describe what is this day all about? So why is there one day where we cheer on logic? So what's the reason for this?
Yep. Yeah. So the creators of it, it's the United Nations, is who created this World Logic Day, and what they created it for is that they're trying to solve for world peace through logic. And so when they talk about logic, they mean about human intelligence. And so, right now there's a lot of exciting advancements in artificial intelligence and what's happening. But while we have these great, advancements in AI to do things for us and automate and even possibly make decisions for us, we as a company, Logictry, along with this UN World Logic Day, we really care about the advancement in human intelligence, so HI. So we're here to look at how AI and human intelligence and human logic, how we can also, stay up with all of the advancements in technology, and we can become smarter and make better decisions ourselves.
In some degree, to combine also AI and also human intelligence. Can you also say this? So combine the best parts and make that's very cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so there's a lot of different forms of it. So in one version, and this is really how we'll talk a little bit about how we're creating a content creator. We're creating a logic platform where content creators can share logic. And so when you think about Quora and Reddit and these other platforms where people contribute articles, we're creating a logic platform where people contribute logic. And so some contributions may be utilizing AI around some particular use to guide decision making. But on the other end of the spectrum, we also are celebrating the logicians and the educators and academics that have the expertise in a particular topic by providing them with a platform to where they can actually build tools to guide others through their logic. So it's a little bit of the two, where there's AI as a part, but also the academics and educators is a lot of what we focus on, helping them have a platform to share that logic in an impactful way.
Yes. It's also about legacy, right? So knowledge is in our brains, but we have to put it in some way on a platform like Logictry in order to save and conserve it for coming generations, or students or for our children. I think this is also something that we don't talk so much about the legacy that we want to give to our children.
Yeah, and a lot of it too is there's a lot of information out there, and for very complex topics, there's a lot of information that you can read on the internet and to try to understand some particular topic. But how you make sense of all the information and how you apply it in your daily life to making a decision, whether it's in politics or in science, or in just other sustainability goals, like we'll be talking about tomorrow. The important thing is that we can share this more logical content that when anyone accesses it, that it helps guide them through a decision-making process. And that's what we're focused on, is really not just people sharing information, but rather thinking about how will other people apply this information in their life in making decisions.
Yeah, and this is the most critical thing to understand also when it comes to content, because it's not about consuming, it's about what you apply to your daily life. That's the most important thing, I think.
Yes.
And you give it in a structured way so that so that it becomes easy to execute. That's the important thing. Yeah.
That's exactly, because
Cool.
there's you can provide all of the information about all of the topics that are very complex, and how you consume all of that and apply it. The difference between someone that's new to the subject versus maybe a PhD in that topic, there could be a pretty big gap in the application. So we're focused on the building of those tools that, with the logic tools that you're building, that people are accessing, they will be able to think like an expert. And I'll just say one more thing too, that part of thinking like an expert is also, when you're looking at a complex topic, part of it is knowing what are the right questions to ask. How does the information get applied to you? Because it's very personal and personalized. Think about if you're talking to an expert in a topic and you ask them a question. Well, the expert might ask you a question back, right? Because they're not just going to say, oh, here's the answer. They're going to first ask a lot of questions, and they're going to try to understand what you're asking better, so that they can then provide the more personalized answer to what you're looking for. And that's what we're focused on, is let's just stop making all this kind of information, and let's really start to focus on this applied knowledge.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Yes, so totally agree. So tomorrow is this World Logic Day, and what role does Logictry play within the World Logic Day? Can you explain how this evolved?
Yeah, so we were really excited that the United Nations picked us as one of three companies and organizations to lead a panel session during this day. And so we will be talking about the importance of the day. We're going to talk about why this was created. We're going to hear from a lot of exciting panelists that are going to talk about their different what they're working on in the different areas of the SDG goals, and we'll talk about that too. That's what the UN, the Sustainable Development Goals, and they'll be discussing their initiatives and their contribution to all of this. And then we're just here to celebrate that day, because that's what, as a company, we agree with the UN, that as AI becomes more prevalent in our life, we see how algorithms are trying to make decisions for us. We want to stand up and say, let's invest in human intelligence, and let's keep people ahead of AI.
Yeah, got it. Okay. It sounds like there's this competition between AI and human intelligence. So we have to we have to train ourselves. We have to be ready before the AI is coming, so to say. So yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
and I do want to say it's not, that's not as much. I mean, that is a part of it, but I will say that another aspect to this is, and I think we might all relate to this. There's a lot of disagreement and a lot of fighting in politics and in debate on many topics, and part of this initiative around logic for world peace is that when you're discussing a very complicated issue and you have multiple sides and multiple opinions, it's what's not productive is to really attack the other side. What's not productive is this is what we believe, that what is productive is that if we can drill down to really understanding not just what people believe, but why they believe it. And that's when we say kind of that logic of, why, explain to us why you feel this way. And then if we can grow the awareness of why people have the opinions they do, then we can start to see a bit more understanding on these different issues. We can start to see more, more understanding and empathy for the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. So when how this idea evolved within Logictry to, I mean, it's not like, hey, we should um, we should help the UN to support them with the sustainability goals. And was it something that you researched and then you came up with it and you found, hey, there's this World Logic Day, or your team found this and you said, okay, we have to apply? Can you give more context to this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it did. So it's funny that it started back in August of 2018, so quite a while back.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, one second. We had I was having a debate with a friend, and he brought up that something I was saying violated the principles of formal logic. And this is one of the things that we want to grow awareness around, is that formal logic is this course and a curriculum around how we debate, how we argue,
Okay.
how we reason. And I started in August of 2018 doing a lot of research into this, and was very interested in, and I can certainly share some links. There's an interesting course, and also we'll be releasing a YouTube series this year about what formal logic means, to grow awareness of that. But
Okay.
it was that, along with my just interest and background in software, that in January of 2019, we created Logictry, and we actually created it days away from the very first World Logic Day that the UN held. But we didn't know that they were doing that. So it wasn't until fast forward actually until today, or in this last month, that we found out that the UN had started this day right alongside the same time that we started Logictry, under a very similar premise that we need to really help grow awareness of the importance of logic, and that formal logic, and many other things that we'll be talking about.
Yeah, cool. Can you describe these? You mentioned it already, the sustainability goals. So for somebody who never heard about this before, what we don't have to, I mean, you don't have to count them all, but what are they, and why is that so important to know what the UN is aiming?
Yep. Yeah. So what's important is these sustainable development goals that they've chosen are goals that they've said are the most important initiatives to invest in, and it's climate innovation, it's gender equity discussions and things like that. And so tomorrow we're going to have different panelists, all of which are working in these fields that are going to talk about their specific logic and what they're doing in those SDG goals, and they'll talk about why each one of them is important. What's the logic? What's the why that what they're doing matters?
Yeah. Very good point. Maybe we can share the screen and also look into the panels. So there are different panels that we are going to that I can show you also. So
Yep.
this is on logictree.com. So maybe you can also share ideas. So welcome an opening presentation. This is what you are going to do.
Yes, and
You
we'll
CEO.
be
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, the CEO and chief logic officer. Yeah, and we'll also be starting. So 8:30 is the everybody getting situated, and 9 o'clock is when we'll start the big kickoff of the presentation.
Yeah. I recognize that when you read things from the UN, there are always these, I don't know, these short descriptions, UN SDG 14. Is there, what does this mean? Is it some department from the UN, or what is?
Yes, yeah, these are all the different goals that they've aligned with. So this United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 14 is the around the climate innovation through logic, and so each of these we're going to talk about different goals and initiatives that they have around how to approach these different important sectors.
Yeah, and there were many panelists that applied for the World Logic Day, right? And you have to. I mean, I think this was not an easy process to decide who you take to the panel, because these are all of these people are experts, and you have really, really experienced people in these panels, right?
Yes, very, very experienced people, and actually, it was unfortunate. We actually had to turn some people, a number of people away, because we just had too many panelists. And from my side, I wish we could have everyone talk, because as part of our, again, what we stand for is really understanding both sides in these issues, and the more people contributing to all the different opinions and perspectives, and the more that we can talk about the full logic of what this sustainable development goal is about, and I think the more the better. But yeah, we did pick a great group of people that are all experts in their different fields.
Yeah. And also the topics: climate innovation through logic. Sounds really interesting. New year, new logic. Owning innovation for climate justice. So a lot of people who are in the panel: gender equality, entrepreneurship, and women advancing logic. So really cool.
Yeah. So if tomorrow everything you ever wanted to know about what these SDG, what these sustainable development goals are for, there's going to be a lot of experts here talking about these issues, and I think it'll be a lot of important information and logic being shared on these panels.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Investing in female founders and logic. Forbes next 1,000 panels. Gender equality, building logic communities. Yes. So is there one favorite that you have, or is there some that you think, I have to listen to this one? Or, I mean, you're going to listen to all of them, I'm sure. But
yeah, I mean, a biased person might say the crypto panel that I'll be speaking on, but no, every one of them is important. So it's yes, there's going to be a lot of important sessions, and I think all of them make up the value of the World Logic Day.
Yeah, but I like this headline: "Crypto as a Peaceful Revolution." Can you talk a little bit about this one? So, is there? are you an expert on crypto, or why are you in this specific panel?
Yep. Yeah, and we'll talk a lot more about that. A lot of the people that are on the panel are experts in different areas and fields around crypto. And but yes, I've been involved in it since 2017, and so we'll talk a bit about the what that role is, because we've all seen the a little bit more of we've seen more of it becoming prevalent in our lives, more adoption. And so it's something that it's an important topic for us to discuss as it's becoming more and more prevalent in our lives.
Yes. Building logical and sustainable communities. Yes. Impact measurement, logical partnership. Showcases World Logic Day closing. Yes. So you have a lot of to dos for tomorrow. So
Yes.
people will listen a lot, not only to you,
Yeah, it's been
to all people. Yeah.
yeah, and I'll be involved here and there on things, but we'll definitely be having a lot of other people speak and talk. And actually, in the last session, the platform, the very last one, we have a few other people that'll also be a part of that as well. So we've got a few updates that we'll be announcing.
Yes. Awesome.
But it's definitely, if you're interested, at logictree.com, you can see the World Logic Day, and we'd love follow us on social with Logictree, at Logictree, and if you're someone that has that passion in education, in logic, you're someone that wants to help be a contributor and part of our community. We have a lot of that's a lot of what we're going to be doing is a to be able to help achieve these goals and achieving this piece through logic. It's an initiative that will be a community effort, that we will need help from content creators and logicians and academics and the experts on different topics that can help us build these logic apps that can help people navigate even the most complicated topics. We can help to drive more awareness and help provide these tools that people can utilize in their own decision-making process.
Yes. So I just if you go to register, you go to this site, Eventbrite, right?
Yep.
Where people can register, and it's completely for free. The whole panelist, the whole event is for free. People, you can participate and you can listen to all of them, all these experts, the whole day. So register through Eventbrite. That's basically the site. But you can also look on Logictree. I will show the website link again. So logictree.com, and then Logictree UN World Logic Day. That's basically the website where you can find more information. Cool. Awesome. So I'm just checking if there are more questions. So far, not. So the story with this debate, was there another moment when you realized, okay, the importance of logic for yourself through did you have one story in your life where you just recognized, okay, logic is so important, I have to, this is my mission to bring this to the world, to other people, also through this company? Was there a key moment in your story?
I think one of the things that's always been core to me is teaching and education. My mother was a teacher, is a teacher, and so I've had teaching as a big part of my background, and I've always loved to help break down complicated topics and help others learn faster than I did. And so that's really the biggest thing that that I want to do in this this kind of logic and in Logictry is we really want to help make logic accessible to everyone. And so we'll have a number of things. For example, if you've ever thought that you wanted to learn how to program and maybe make your very first app, we're going to be doing a lot of training sessions and things, and we're going to show how people can learn to do something they might not have ever thought that they could do it, and we're going to help to show that some of these things are possible. And that's a lot of what we look for in a company, is seeing that if we can help more people have the chance to try to build software or understand a complex topic. These are things that we would love to help do.
Yes, awesome. And when people attend to this event, to this online event, what do you wish that people learn after they attended to the event? What did they learn, and also what action should they do?
Yep. Yeah. So I think the first piece is learning a bit about the importance of logic and what we'll talk. Then there's learning about why the UN made this World Logic Day. What's the reason and why they feel that it's important. Then we would ask, they'll learn about a lot of sustainable development goals and what are the initiatives happening. So there's lots to learn there. And then the biggest takeaway that we're looking for is, after the event, we want to build the community of content creators that want to help us create the logic and build the community and contribute to the education that we're trying to provide. That's the next big step, is that just staying involved on social as we release a lot of these YouTube series that we're going to be releasing, where we are going to be breaking down complex topics, interviewing different sides in very complicated debates. And then we're trying to break down the logic so that we can see both sides a little bit more clearly. So the biggest action is really just to follow us on social, and then if you want to be a contributor, to reach out and let us know that you'd like to help contribute into the logic platform and help us make logic accessible for everyone.
Yeah, awesome. So if I'm, for example, a YouTuber or a blog creator or something, how can I participate? So would that mean that I publish, for example, articles on the website of Logictry, or how is this idea?
Yeah, there's a few different ways. We certainly will want to do some co-speaking events and some co-interviews with different YouTubers, for example, that are interested in this topic and interested in so people that talk about Bayesian thinking, for example, or people that take an interest in systems thinking and Socratic method and formal logic and some of these topics. And if they're interested in doing a joint speaking effort, that would be great. And then the other piece is, we are releasing a content platform ourselves that people build tools that we'll showcase and talk about pretty soon. Once we release that will allow people to apply it in decision making. So it's actually creating tools that when someone is trying to make a decision on a topic, someone built a logic app that can actually be used by anyone to make that decision. So it'll actually guide you through the decision process as you try to navigate, and it will be like you're talking to that expert. And so it's really that, just building this awareness, building the content, working with the logicians and people that care about what we're trying to do in the world.
Yeah, the first idea I got is doing some kind of live demonstration where you go through the app or what you build and just showcase the thinking process and how to how to structure it, and how to build your own app. That would be also something interesting in form. If you do video content, that would make sense. Yeah. Cool.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, that's a lot of what we'll we're partnering in working with some of these content creators that are experts in their fields and having their help in building the valuable things that can help spread the ease and access of Logic.
Yes, awesome. So you mentioned twice this YouTube series. Can you, or was it already what you mentioned, or is this something different, a different side project?
Yeah, no, this will be where we've got a few different videos that we're going to be releasing around on YouTube. We're going to have a series about learning to program software, and we want to release some video series about people learning to program for the first time, and really helping to accelerate that you could learn to program. And this video series, along with some of the other things that we'll release with it, will help people create their first app. And then we're going to have another sort of series of videos where we talk about just logic and thinking and decision making, and we talk about all the importance of that. And then the very final series that we'll be doing is we're also, and what we're really passionate about is if we can break down the most complex topics and really see all the sides and angles and try to demystify a very complex topic. I mean, I think we can all relate to something where two politicians or different sides we see debate, and that it's a very complex issue, and they're both saying what they believe and why the other's wrong. But what we want to introduce is maybe an alternative way where we can more collaboratively diagram out and show what this logic is. We want to gain that, and we hope that it will stand for more of an understanding around both sides. So those are the three different things that we'll be working on this year.
Really cool. Excited to see it. Really, all topics sound interesting, especially the example of the two politicians to issue complex topics. That would be really cool to see. Yeah. Just share it when the time comes. Really excited to see it.
Definitely happy to. Yeah, and the easiest way is like I said, following us on social at Logictry, following us on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Right now we're just getting a lot of the social content live as we prepare to kick off a lot of these things that we're building. So this is going to be this year. We're creating a lot of this content, and so if you want to follow us on social, and then you'll be able to stay up to date with all the different pieces that we create, and if it's hopefully it's something that's helpful.
Yes, definitely. So the first step would be go to logictree.com and register for the World Logic Day, and also try Logictree. I mean, the starting point is for free. You can start for free and start doing your first app today. That's a cool thing. Yes. Okay, Chris, is there something that you want to add? Something that maybe I forgot to ask, or something that is important for you about the day tomorrow, or in general?
No, I think we're excited for tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow is this is solving for world peace through logic. It's a great initiative, and we think that we can help be a contributor through this, helping to demystify some of these complicated topics and the logic behind them. So we're just excited for everyone that can make it. And again, the support and the community and the people that help get involved is what will make this whole thing successful. So we would love to hear from just anyone that feels like they could help contribute in the sharing of logic and making it accessible for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Cool, really cool. It was a pleasure to speak with you. And I said this before we went live. I hope that we are going to do this in a regular basis. So at least on a on a monthly basis to go live and speak about topics that are currently happening on Logictry and are important for you or for the team, and just to share the wisdom of this company and help other people to see the importance of logic. That's would be my wish and my hope for the future, for this year, for 2022.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Looking forward to many more.
Yes, that's cool. Okay, thank you for your time and see you soon, and all the best for tomorrow.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.